A 72-year-old woman died this morning. She was up before the sun, like she always was. She shuffled to the kitchen, turned on the kettle, and sat in her favorite chair, waiting for that first sip of warm tea. But this morning, her heart gave out. Her daughter found her slumped over, her eyes closed forever. The daughter kept saying she was healthy. She walked every day. She ate vegetables. How could this happen? My friend, we live under the illusion that small morning habits are harmless. We think that if we make it to 70 or beyond, we are safe. But the truth is, some mistakes creep in quietly, like a thief in the night, and they steal our breath without warning. At this point in life, each morning is a gift. It is a chance to see the sun rise again, to hold a grandchild's hand, to smell the fresh rain. But most people over 70 make 4 dangerous mistakes every morning that slowly rob them of these moments. These mistakes are not about skipping kale or forgetting supplements. They are silent killers that work in the shadows. They are so common that you may not even notice them happening, but they have the power to cut your journey short. Let me explain why these mistakes are so dangerous and how you can avoid them before it is too late. The first mistake is jumping out of bed too quickly. When you wake up, your body has been resting for 7 or 8 hours. Your blood pressure is low. Your heart rate is calm. The moment you swing your legs and shoot up like a rocket, your body struggles to adjust. The blood rushes to your legs. Your brain does not get enough oxygen in that split second. This can cause sudden dizziness, falls, or even a heart attack. Many older adults feel proud that they can still get up quickly. They think it is a sign of strength. But it is not about pride. It is about wisdom. I once knew a man named Raj who would spring out of bed every morning because he did not want to feel old. One morning he stood up too fast, lost balance, and fell on the floor. He broke his hip. He spent 6 months in a hospital bed and never walked the same again. The body after 70 is delicate. It demands respect. Instead of jumping up, sit for a moment, swing your legs to the side, breathe, wiggle your toes, let your blood catch up. Stand slowly, holding on to something sturdy. This small ritual can save your life. It sounds simple, but it is more powerful than any pill. The second dangerous mistake is skipping water. After a night of sleep, your body is like dry earth. Every organ is waiting for hydration to function. Most seniors reach for tea or coffee first thing. They say it wakes them up. But caffeine is a diuretic. It pushes water out of your system even more. Dehydration thickens your blood, increases the risk of clots, raises blood pressure, and can lead to strokes or heart attacks. I remember an old farmer in my village. He was strong and worked in the fields well into his 70s. But he never drank plain water in the morning. One day, he had a stroke while working. His blood was so thick that doctors struggled to save him. He survived, but his speech was gone, and his hands could no longer hold a tool. The tragedy was not sudden. It began every morning when he ignored that first glass of water. You need to make drinking water a sacred act. Keep a glass of water next to your bed. Before anything else, take slow sips. Feel it move inside you. Waken every cell. This is not just about avoiding thirst. It is about giving your body a chance to start the day strong. The third mistake is skipping a morning stretch or movement ritual. Many people think that rest is the best medicine for an aging body. So they avoid moving in the morning. They think they should save their energy for later. But the opposite is true. A body that does not move becomes stiff, like a locked door. Muscles tighten overnight. Joints stiffen. Blood pools in the legs. If you start your day without moving, you carry that stiffness into every hour that follows. Over time, it becomes harder to walk, harder to bend, harder to even breathe deeply. I knew a woman named Shanta who loved gardening, but in her later years, she stopped her morning stretches. She said her knees hurt too much. Soon, her back stiffened, then her hips. She stopped going to the garden altogether. One day she tripped on a small stone and fell. Her body had forgotten how to catch itself. A gentle morning movement routine is like whispering to your body, "Wake up, my friend. We have more life to live today." You do not need to do a fancy yoga class. Just simple stretches. Raise your arms. Turn your neck slowly side to side. Roll your ankles. Bend gently. This habit reconnects you to your body. It reminds your muscles that they still have a job to do. It keeps your blood flowing, your mind alert, and your spirit alive. The fourth mistake is drowning in negative thoughts the moment you wake up. Many seniors open their eyes and immediately think, "I am so old, my body hurts, I have nothing to look forward to." They rehearse every ache, every regret, every fear. This silent mental poison spreads faster than any disease. The mind shapes the body more powerfully than we admit. When you feed it sorrow first thing in the morning, it will poison your cells, weaken your immunity, and shorten your breath. I once sat with an elderly man who had lost his wife. Every morning, he would stare at the ceiling and think about how lonely he was. Soon he lost interest in eating, stopped talking to neighbors, and his health declined rapidly. He was gone within a year. He did not die from a medical condition alone. He died from a mind that refused to see hope. You must guard your first thoughts of the day as if they are seeds for your soul. Instead of rehearsing pain, think of something simple and joyful. A grandchild's laughter, a flower blooming outside your window, the warmth of a soft blanket. Train your mind to find light first. It is not fake positivity, it is medicine for your spirit. The brain releases chemicals based on your thoughts. Happy thoughts release healing hormones that strengthen your heart and immune system. By choosing hope each morning, you add years to your life. When I say these mistakes are dangerous, I do not say it lightly. These habits look small, but they shape your entire destiny. They decide whether you will spend your years dancing at your granddaughter's wedding or lying in a hospital bed wishing for another chance. We often think danger is something big and loud, like an accident or an infection. But for most people over 70, danger is quiet. It sits in the chair next to you. It hides in your teacup. It echoes in your thoughts. You may not see it until it is too late. That is why it is so important to wake up not only the body, but also the awareness. You must watch your mornings like a guard at the gate. You must choose each action with care, with respect for the life that still flows inside you. Imagine for a moment that each morning is a new chapter of a sacred book. You hold the pen. You get to decide whether that chapter begins with love or with fear, with movement or with stagnation, with life or with slow decay. No one else can write this for you. Not your children, not your doctor, only you. The woman who died this morning did not plan to go. She had plans for lunch. She had a new book waiting. She had laughter left in her lungs. But those 4 silent mistakes robbed her quietly, slowly, until there was no more tomorrow. Her story is not just hers, it is a mirror for all of us. If you are reading this, take a moment to feel your heart beating. Feel the air move into your lungs. Think about how precious this breath is. Then think about tomorrow morning. Will you jump up in a hurry? Or will you rise like a wise elder, slow and aware? Will you reach for coffee before water? Or will you honor your body's thirst? Will you lie still and curse your age? Or will you greet your joints with gentle stretches? Will you let your mind sink into old sadness? Or will you find a small piece of light to hold on to? The choice is yours. It always has been. In this life, we spend so much energy collecting things. We gather wealth, clothes, gadgets, but in the end, the only real wealth is time. Each morning is a deposit into your account of life. When you guard your mornings, you protect that account. You add more days, more laughter, more hugs, more sunrises. When you waste them with these 4 mistakes, you drain that account until it runs dry. I know it is not easy to change habits, especially after 70. The mind clings to old routines like a child to a blanket. But the gift of age is wisdom. You have seen wars, heartbreaks, celebrations, and miracles. You have learned that small changes can create big waves. This is your chance to create one more wave. One more chapter. One more dance. When you rise tomorrow, remember the 72-year-old woman. Remember her empty chair. And remember that you are still here. You still have a choice. Life does not end at 70. It begins again each morning you choose to live with care. It begins when you honor your body as a temple, your mind as a garden, and your spirit as a flame. Do not let your story be a silent tragedy. Let it be a hymn of resilience. Let it echo in the laughter of your grandchildren, in the songs of birds outside your window, in the quiet joy of another sunrise. Tomorrow, when you open your eyes, move slowly, drink your water, stretch your body gently, feed your mind a thought of gratitude, and then step into your day as if it is a sacred gift, because it is. You may find that your joints ache less, your heart beats stronger, your breath feels deeper. You may discover that you have more energy to walk in the garden, to call an old friend, to learn a new skill. You may realize that the greatest medicine is not always in a bottle, but in the small, faithful rituals of the morning. In the end, no doctor can save us from every danger. But we can save ourselves from the quiet killers that slip into our mornings unnoticed. We can choose to be awake not just in the body, but also in the spirit. And that choice, my friend, can add not just years to your life, but life to your years. This is not about avoiding death. We all have that appointment one day. This is about choosing to live fully until that moment arrives. It is about standing in the sunlight and saying, I am still here, I still matter, I still have love to give and joy to feel. Do not let the final chapter be written in haste, carelessness, or regret. Let it be written in slow, thoughtful, life-affirming mornings. That is the quiet revolution waiting at your bedside tomorrow. And it starts with avoiding these 4 mistakes. You hold the pen. Now write wisely.